Yeah. So about that game. Anyway, guys, welcome to the post game show. Wow, that's about all I know how to say. Wow. Let me try to figure out a better way to say it. How about wow? I'm sure that there's going to be some craziness, some comments from some folks, some definite. Well, this is going to be interesting. I think we're going to have a little bit of fun tonight. Tough game, brutal game, guys. We got our hat handed to us. We got our butt kicked. Got a lot of injuries. Everything went wrong. Pretty much everything went wrong. I'm usually the guy sitting here saying, look, guys, come on, hang in there. Let's stop being negative. Look, I'm still going to tell you that if you start saying fire the coaches. But when it comes to this game, yeah, you kind of have some reason to be negative. This was ugly. This was brutal. This was ugly. It's also over. Your Bucs are still the number 2 seed. So keep perspective, but yeah. Ouch. Yeah. It was that bad. I am here. My name is Rick Hughes. I am here with my partner in crime, dazzling David Whitescarver. Dave, what you got?
That game was a crime. The only positive you can take away is the defense played like it wanted to win their first division titles in 14 years. The offense, not so much. And, well, Brady's not going to be very good when he's running for his life.
Yeah.
That offensive line was a sieve. Cam Jordan was in Brady's backfield all night long.
Yeah. This is consistent with the Saints. If you caught me on the pregame show, and hopefully Ray is going to pop in here. But if you caught me on the pregame show, I said this game scared me. I was worried about this game. And then look what happens. But wow, injuries. I mean, for everybody who says we don't need AB.
Really? If you thought for a fraction of an instant Edwards and AB weren't coming back, you were very mistaken.
Yeah.
I knew that is they were going to push it to the limit, make it look like they were talking tough, and they were coming back. Absolutely, without question.
Yep. So Mike Evans, hamstring issues as per usual. This is not a new thing for him. Mike Evans has hamstring issues. Chris Godwin went out, and I'll have a picture up here shortly. That is of that injury, and it's not attractive. And so Evans is out, Godwin's out. We know AB is out.
Fournette, he's a hamstring as well.
Yeah, Fournette went out with he did a split partway through the game. Guys, this was about as bad as it gets, as ugly as it gets. This was no fun. This was no fun. I'm sure we'll get phone calls from a lot of you tonight. I'll put the number up here shortly. I'm sure we'll get phone calls from you. I am sure we'll probably get a phone call from the Jackass Giants fan. I'm sure this is the kind of night he's going to want to take part in. This was an ugly game. This was bad. Dave, we usually start off with surprises and disappointments. I'm going to start off with a disappointment. And hold on your calls, everybody. Hold on your calls. I haven't put the numbers up yet. Hold on. Simmer down, everybody. We'll get to you. But guys, I want to talk about a couple of things here. I want to talk about a disappointment that I had in this game. I want to talk about my biggest disappointment in this game was Rob Gronkowski. What the heck happened to Gronk? Gronk was dropping passes all over the place. I mean, He dropped a lot of passes right in his hands. He looked completely out of sorts, completely not like Gronk. Brady can't do this alone. Brady can't win alone. I don't like the game plan that we had. I don't like the way the players played, and we had injuries. There was just there was
it was
nothing
not
good.
just it was injuries to your top 3 offensive weapons.
Yeah, there was nothing good about this. There really was nothing good about this. I mean, this was, and also disappointment. Keyshawn Vaughn, eesh.
I don't think the USFL wants him.
Yeah, I mean, what was that? I mean, you get a chance to play, and that's what you come up with. That's not going to work, my friend. That is not going to work. You cannot. You when you have your chance on the field, that ain't what you do.
He looked like he didn't belong, and he doesn't.
No, and that's disappointing because I had so much hope for the guy. I really did. He was one of the players that I was excited about, that I had a lot of hope about, and that was not good. Hold on, guys, and my phone's going up, ringing off the hook. I will get to you guys in just a minute. Let us get our overall take on the game, and then we'll get to you guys. Guys, the injuries are tough, and they didn't look good. They really did not look good. They looked like they were pretty painful, pretty bad injuries. That Chris Godwin, I couldn't believe it when I heard he got up and got off the field. I was shocked. I have a friend of mine at the game during commercial break. He told me, yeah, that Godwin's up and off the field and looks okay. And I was like, are you kidding me? No, I do think part of what happened is the Bucs said, all right, let's just play it safe. Everybody who's injured, let's just play it safe. If you're even remotely dinged up, let's just keep you out and live to play another day. I think that happened. Let me show you the Chris Godwin injury. Look at this position that he's in. And just prior to getting upended on the same play, as they went down low to his legs, take a look at that knee. Look at the way that knee is bending. I mean, that if you look at that, that's
not supposed to do that.
No, it's not supposed to do that. You don't want your knee to do that. So, guys, this was a brutal night. It's a brutal night all around. It is what it is. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open up the line because you guys are going crazy calling me. So let's go ahead and get this going. All right, guys, the line is open. Let me put up a banner here with the phone number. All right, feel free to call. Now you can call. All right, that didn't take long. How you doing?
I had to say my piece.
Yeah, I knock yourself out. First, tell everybody who you are.
Alec,
how you doing, my friend?
What's up, Alec?
What's up, Dave?
Let it rip, buddy.
How's your day going other than the Bucs getting hammered?
It hasn't snowed yet,
Yeah. What's tell me, talk to me, buddy. I want to hear it. I want to hear your thoughts on the game. Go for it.
See, that rant where you said fire the coaches. I'm not saying fire the coaches. I'm not saying it at all. But it's the same play calling.
Yeah.
30 deep ball, 32 deep ball, 33 deep ball.
What was with the 4th and 2 deep ball? What was with that?
I honestly don't know. And it was 3rd and 2 or the 3rd and 1. Rojo was on the roll, and then you put Keyshawn Vaughn in. Brady could have freaking just knocked over and got the first down.
Yeah.
All we had to get is a touchdown. We were in the red zone like at least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really be upset because what we had, like most of those players don't really get much playing time.
Right. We're complaining about Keyshawn Vaughn. I hear you.
Because Keyshawn Vaughn doesn't really play.
Right.
Skyler doesn't really play as much since this season.
Yeah.
Then you got Tyler Johnson that's usually there for he basically does what AB does.
Yeah.
Gronk is, I don't even.
What happened to Gronk tonight?
Not catching balls.
Yeah, I don't. That's so unlike him. I mean, Brady, by the way, guys, I think Brady lost his MVP tonight. I think Jonathan, the happiest person on the planet is Jonathan Taylor. He's got to be thrilled right now. Maybe even Aaron Rodgers, but oof.
In my mind, I feel like from Bucs generations, from years and years and years, every time like our Super Bowl run,
Yeah,
the NFL just doesn't want us to be number one seed.
Well, I don't think it's anybody doesn't want us to be. We got our butt kicked tonight. Nobody. The NFL didn't keep us from.
It just has to happen around those times. But you know what?
Well, on a positive note, what happens when we get swept by the Saints?
Super Bowl run.
That's right.
There you go.
And you know what's crazy? Who has number one seed? Green Bay.
Yeah.
Who had the seed last year?
Yeah.
Green.
Here we go again.
Who was number one seed? AFC. Kansas City.
Yeah. Here we go again.
History has a tendency of repeating itself.
Yeah. By the way, to everybody making comments in chat right now saying that the Saints were like trying to hurt the players or targeting or going low or any of that stuff, I never go along with that stuff. But I will tell you, they were hitting. They were going low, guys. It sure seemed like there were a lot of shots down by the knees. I do agree, but like was pointed out on the telecast, they tell you on receivers you're not allowed to go high.
So that leaves.
So they went low.
I really wonder if the NFL is hiring for referees. That'd be a good side job for me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Saints fans would point out the Bucs took out their quarterback.
The clock was at 0.
Yeah, there was they did screw that up. But guys, it's not the referees that did this. Everybody stopped saying it was the referees. Stop saying it was Chris Collinsworth. Guys, we got our hat handed to us tonight by the Saints. Okay. Game planning, I think, was terrible. I hate our game plan every freaking game against the Saints, except for the playoff game when we decided to run the ball. I hate the way we play the Saints. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But we do it with the same game plan, game after game after game. And guys, somebody made the comment online, and you know how I am about all the criticism online. But guys, I think Brady plays. It seems like Brady plays scared in. Now follow this, everybody. It seems like Brady plays scared in the regular season against the Saints. So. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he gets rid of the ball and just goes to try to live to play another day. But yeah, there's no excuse for what.
Well, he's got Cam Jordan coming after him and the rest of the Saints defense.
Yeah, what's that, Alec?
I do have some positive news for you, Dave.
This will be interesting.
At least we didn't lose 38-3.
How about our defense? I got a positive. How about our defense?
Yeah, they played like they wanted to win the division tonight.
Yeah, they played lights out football. Our defense was incredible.
I mean, not
absolutely incredible. So everybody who's yelling at Todd Bowles and everybody says our defense sucks. The defense played fantastic. The Saints had 250 total yards. Yeah, the defense was incredible. Yeah, I just wow. Hey, Alec, I'm gonna get going. Let's get moving on. But thank you for your call.
No problem, Rick.
Thanks. Hang around in chat. I want to see your comments.
Got you.
All right. And I will see Alec hopefully this week. I think the biggest loser in this whole thing is the Carolina Panthers because Brady's going to take it out next week. I really think that's probably they're going to be they're going to bear the brunt of what just happened. The Bucs did this one game last year, and what are you going to do? And Drew Craven, thank you. Thank you for staying positive. Thank you for keeping flying the flag. Way to do it. Matthew. Yes, you're Matthew. Yes, sir. Matthew. Defense balled out tonight. Yeah. We got our butt kicked.
Positive is you've got 3 games left. You win one of them, you win your division.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this was ugly. Let's not pretend it wasn't ugly. It was ugly. All the criticism, yes, I agree with you. With most of the criticism, you start talking about firing people, and then I got a problem with it. But Yeah, I pretty much agree with all the ugliness that you guys can talk about. You're correct. You're correct. Let it rip. But you know what, guys? Still, let's say it. I don't care. I do not care. It's not going to affect a dang thing. Go Bucs. All right, go Bucs. I still love the team. They're still looking great. They're still what's their record now? 10-4. They're still looking great. They've got Carolina, the Jets, and Carolina left on the schedule. So, I mean, come on, guys.
They're 18-4 in their last 22 games.
Yeah, and you know what else is positive? I got to watch for a brief minute or two Carrie Underwood alongside the Bucs. So, that makes me happy. But guys, we got our butt kicked. All right. We got our butt kicked.
The kicking game was even pathetic.
There was nothing. There was nothing.
Punting was pathetic.
Yeah.
Pinion usually punts pretty good. He didn't tonight. Succop missed a field goal. Yeah,
we missed a field goal. It just there was nothing. There was nothing. There was nothing to work with. It was absolutely brutal. Can you imagine Tom Brady and what that guy's gonna have to say when they clean up the Windows tablet, whatever they call it, Surface tablet that he,
Oh, that thing's done.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get new tablets. They're really unreliable.
He can afford one. All right, hold on. We are gonna need to take a moment and talk this next guy off the ledge. I'm sure he's an absolute mess. Matt Colson, how you doing? Matt from OKC. Matt from the Buck Wild Show. How you doing, brother?
Dude, what the hell?
Do you need a new TV, Matt? That's my big question.
Yeah.
Is it done?
How's the TV?
Did it make it?
Oh yeah, I had to. I actually quit watching at halftime. I walked my kid's dog and didn't feel real good about things, so I let myself calm down a little bit because it's 32 degrees outside. So I got nice and cooled off.
Yeah, that's cool here too. I got you.
And I got it all started with a suck up kick. Rick was hitting the chat room back there.
No, you are correct. It started with it started prior to that, but yeah, the suck up kick, it was everything. It was absolutely everything. I mean, Gronk couldn't catch the ball. Everybody got hurt. Suck up missed kicks. I mean, it was just
it was everything that possibly could have gone wrong tonight went wrong. Yeah. And the saddest part about it is the MASH unit that's outside Tampa Stadium right now with all our dead soldiers in there.
Yeah.
Are the long term of that is unknown, and it is scary because it's not just Tyler Johnson didn't get hurt. Mike Evans pulled a hamstring, so that's 2 weeks for him at least.
Well, no. Hold on. Evans has chronic hamstring problems. He's got scarring on his hamstrings. This is nothing new. Okay, Evans could be back next week.
I know. Well, I hope so.
I think what they did is Evans said my hamstrings hurt. I need to go get treatment on my chronic hamstring, and they said, all right, fine, you're out. And they pulled him because they know this is one game. And then immediately after, Evans walked off the field and he was out. The Godwin injury happened. And I think at some point they said, anybody gets dinged up, just pull them. Godwin was standing on the sidelines. He seemed like, you saw him running around out there. He'll be back. The guys are going to be back.
Godwin looked like he was in better shape than they led you to believe, or watching that play happen.
Yeah. I mean, listen, guys, we could have Evan. Think about it. My biggest concern is Fournette.
Yeah, his hamstring didn't look good at all.
What's that?
It didn't look good at all when he's on the sideline. He could hardly walk. They had to help him back. I mean,
he did that.
And he hadn't had hamstrings prior, so
he had that split thing that he did. So I think it looked more like a groin than a hamstring, but they called it a hamstring. But I don't know. I mean, it's Evans will be back next week, I think. Look, I'm no doctor, right? I mean, I don't play one on the internet. I'm just telling you my guess. Evans will be back next week. I think Godwin will be back next week. I think AB will be back next week. I think, you know, the only question mark in the bunch is going to be Fournette, and we'll start getting our defensive players back. Everything's going to be okay, guys. It's not panic time. I think Christopher, you're absolutely right. This game was dumpster fire.
Let it burn. Just let it burn.
That's what it was. It was just like, I think at some point they sat there and just said, all right, let's not kill ourselves long term trying to win this game. Yeah, Brian Roy is saying exactly what I said. Brian said, where is it? I think Fournette is a groin injury. Yeah, I agree. I know they said it's a hamstring, but I think it's groin. We're gonna everything. Yeah, Brett Perryman will be back, guys. We had by the end of the game. Seriously, I mean, we were playing. Scotty Miller was back, and yeah, Jalen Darden was one of the targets. I mean, it's Buster. Thank you, Buster, with the comment of the night. On to the next one, Rick. We're okay. That's absolutely right, Buster. We had a bad game. We got our hat handed to us by a team we don't match up well with.
You know, that guy who collects the record footballs.
What, Dave?
I think the guy that collects the record footballs, I thought he was suited up tonight at the end.
Yeah, it was it was ugly. It was ugly. I mean, it is what it is. We got from the press conferences, the Bucs say Levante David has a foot injury. Tom Brady on the disappointment of not winning to clinch the division. We just didn't play well enough. Obviously, if you don't score points, you're not going to win. Tom Brady on injuries tonight. We didn't execute great, obviously. We didn't do much of anything right. Ronald Jones says it didn't feel like us today. The Bucs offense, which had scored at least 30 points in all 6 home games, getting shut out by the Saints. Arians confirmed that Antonio Brown and Mike Edwards will be back with the team now that their 3-game suspensions are over. It's in the best interests of our football team.
What a shock. They're coming
Arians
back.
Says it's very disappointing to be shut out. I can't remember the last time one of his teams was shut out. Oh, boy. Matt, I'm going to have to let you go. And if you'll call me back in a few minutes, but I got to get this call.
All right.
All right.
I'll talk to you later. Yeah.
Here we go. Juan Burro, the Jackass Giants fan.
I can't hear anything. What happened to my headset?
Yeah. Let it
All right,
rip,
well,
buddy.
I'll tell you, I'm just gonna. I do have something to say about the Giants, but I'm gonna hold that to the end if that's okay.
Sure.
We got a couple of notes. I have a couple things here I want to talk about. Number one, Mike Tirico sucks. Okay, I'm just gonna get that out of the way.
What sucks?
Mike Tirico.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I want to say one thing here. 9-0. Anything?
No.
Okay, we'll come back to that. All right.
I mean, if you're a Buccaneer fan, that means something historically, but
okay, and don't say it because I want to again go on the fact of bandwagon jumpers.
Right.
So I have a feeling you know what I'm referencing.
Well, I don't even know if we're referencing the same thing because I'm talking way back.
No, I am as well.
Okay.
So let's assume we're talking about the same thing, and we'll come back to it real quick. If I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw tonight that the Saints were on their 5th or 6th kicker.
Yeah.
Their quarterback has more receiving touchdowns and twice as many rushing touchdowns as passing touchdowns. Yeah, that was a pretty yeah.
Yeah, the Bucs also got beat by Trevor Siemian earlier this year when they played the Saints. Yeah.
All right, so I want to throw this out, and you brought up the history, so I'm going to go with you or Dave or whomever on this one.
Dave will know the 9-0.
Oh, I know exactly what. There was a serious injury in that game that prevented.
All right, so we're all showing our ages on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a better one. Stop me. Okay, when you recognize these last names. Okay, Current, Fest, Allward, Young.
Well, there's a lot of Youngs.
Wisecheck.
Is that like a Frank Wycheck?
Okay. Tonight, I thought I was watching the 1976 offensive line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's an awesome reference because I honestly, I would not have known that. So, yeah, that's awesome.
That one actually took some research, I will say, and I apologize for calling this late. I had an amazingly grueling day at work today.
Did you?
So I apologize. Yeah, it was brutal.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, that you guys, okay, granted you lost your two receivers. Fournette, who's been great lately, went down, and I can appreciate that. But man, your offensive line was terrible.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's every time we play the Saints. I was telling people at work today, that I'm worried about this game. That I think this game scares me. I said it multiple times. I even said it to my manager at work. I said it very clearly to him. I said, absolutely, put your money. If there's an 11 points or whatever that the Bucs are favored by, put your money on the Saints.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it's one of those things where, obviously, you see more games than I do, but every game I've seen this year, they looked good to really good.
Yeah,
that was really bad. And the thing I thought it was on both sides was a terribly coached game. I couldn't understand why when the Bucs were down 6 virtually the whole game, 2 times you went forward, at least 2 times, on 4th and many within a 57-yard field goal. Now, I don't know how bad your kicker, if he was hurt as well today, but
he doesn't have a
6-point game. How do you not go for a field goal?
57, he doesn't have a leg for that. He doesn't.
You also had a 52. And
right.
if that's the case, you're not going to get far in the playoffs. You don't have a kicker you can rely on.
He was the same kicker last year, and they did kind of okay in the playoffs.
They did okay.
They got by.
But that means you're also a year older. Now, are you confident going into the postseason with a kicker that you're not confident in the 6-point game with a 52-yard field goal?
Well, here, no, your point is valid. He had missed one earlier in the game. This was one of those games, Juan, where everything just went wrong, and every call you made was wrong. Everything you thought you were doing, it just was wrong. You practiced well, maybe, but then just everything went wrong. And it happens. Yeah. And this is our nemesis who matches up really well against the Bucs. I mean, really well against the Bucs. Their exact type of team is built. I mean, other teams can't copy it because they're just the exact makeup of a team that the Bucs are going to struggle with. And Tom Brady plays them differently in the regular season than he does in postseason. I do not like at all. I do not like the game plan that the Buccaneers 4 times now have used against the Saints in regular season. And if it didn't work the first 3 times, why the hell are you doing it again?
Well, the thing I look at is tonight, you look like you had like a 44-year-old quarterback back there.
What do you mean by that?
Exactly what I said. What he said, 4 times, had the fumble, he was trying to run again or scramble there.
I hope that taught him something. I hope that taught him something.
He was desperate, and he didn't trust what he had to work with. But anyway, real quick, I'm going to let you go real quick. I'm taking too much time. The one thing I want to say about the Giants, and I'm looking a little bit forward here, is that it's looking real good that we're going to have 2 of the top 6 picks next year. So we just have to keep doing this the way we're forging ahead, the way we're doing it this year.
Yeah.
And so now, do you want to go along as a wrapping it up here? What's the 9-0 reference?
I don't want to remember that game. Okay.
I do as well.
Yeah, no, that's a brutal memory from the first year the Bucs made the playoffs and
in the championship game at home.
Yes, against
the Los Angeles Rams. Doug Williams got hurt.
Our dreaded Rams, that rivalry that has been a thorn in the side of the Buccaneers for years.
Well, I'd say that was 42 years ago. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, listen, take some of the callers. Let's go, Brandon. FL2.
All right, hold on. I gotta say one thing to you. I gotta say one thing to you. Happy Christmas, my friend. Thank you for calling. You're a great part of this show.
And same to you. And Dave, since I'm now following you, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And all that fun stuff. And we'll talk to you next week.
Take care.
Sounds good.
All right. Juan Burrow, the Jackass Giants fan.
He did some work on that offensive line from 76.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome, actually. That's what you got to love about that guy. You really got to like that guy. He's a Giants fan, and he comes in dropping bombs, dropping knowledge here, and that's pretty awesome. Wow. But so look, guys, it is what it is. It is what it is. We got our butt kicked. I don't know. Then it happened. That's about it. It happened. We're I've seen worse, I guess, is the best I can say, is the Bucs have been through worse. You have a bad game. We had a bad night. It'll motivate them going forward. It is what it is. It is what it is. Life could be worse. I mean, that's about all I can say. So anyway, Dave, who was your biggest disappointment tonight?
How long do we have?
Just give me your biggest.
The biggest one was the offense came out flat and unmotivated. Even before the injuries took hold, I thought they did not look like a team that was trying to win a division for the first time in 14 years. That was probably my biggest disappointment. Then the positive would have been the defense did show up, probably out of all those injuries. Well, except maybe Mike Evans, and it would be Levante David with the foot injury. If he's out for an extended period of time, that's not good for the defense. But it was just up and down. Gronk, I mean, he didn't look engaged, which is extremely rare. It was literally one of those, at least on the offensive side and in the special teams, whatever could have gone wrong did go wrong.
Yeah.
So there wasn't one play where you could go, oh, if this had happened, or that. I mean, you got pounded tonight. It was an embarrassment.
Yeah. I mean, I yeah. Is what it is. I mean, I think that this is a learning and a growing experience. I think we saw where we need to add depth. We got some young guys, some experience, and found out they ain't ready. You made a comment to me during the game, Dave. You said, well, all the injuries, next man up. And I think that makes a nice t-shirt or a nice bumper sticker. But at some point, your next man is like your eighth man. Come on. I mean,
he's a professional football player. He gets a paycheck. Let's play.
Okay, yes, but he gets a smaller paycheck.
Well,
there's a
get
reason.
out there.
There's a and they did. They got out there.
Except for Keyshawn Vaughn, he doesn't belong out there. He's going to like hurt himself or something.
Yeah.
He really looked lost. That was probably the biggest disappointment. It's one thing to go out there and not be up to par, but when you look lost as he did, it's like, come on, just get off the field.
Right. Yeah. And he did look lost. He was dropping the ball. He was just falling all over the place. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I think the Panthers are going to pay for it. I think, look, guys, we are where we are. It was a rough night. We got our butt kicked solidly.
Look at the Cardinals. They got DeAndre Hopkins. He's on IR, and he may get back for the NFC Championship game if they get that far, which I don't think they will without him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree. And they lost to the Lions, guys.
They got hammered by the Lions.
Yeah. We could be Cardinals fans. Okay. So it is what it is. We'll be fine. We'll deal with it. We'll wake up tomorrow. The team will practice and learn from it. And hopefully, guys, they're going to stop hopefully they're going to learn on some play calling. Why in the heck are they all constantly throwing 20-yard passes on 3rd and 4th and 1?
That I don't understand.
I don't get it. It's consistent. It's like Well, we keep trying to catch them off guard. Let's try again to catch them off guard. And it never works. Get the friggin' first down. Just get the first down. So, and Alec just said Road Warriors again for postseason. No, man, we're second in. We're still number 2. We're in. After this week, we're still number 2 in the NFC. So, no,
I think Washington plays Tuesday or maybe Monday. Their game's been moved, but as of right now, we would play them again in the playoffs. This time at home.
Washington
right now, yeah,
I'd be okay with that. We'll do the same. Let's run back through the same teams next year. I'll take Washington again. It is what it is. And Top Keck saying, I'd love to see a new offensive coordinator next year. Top Keck, I want to discuss something with you about this. I want to talk about your comment. And okay, you want to see a new offensive coordinator. Do you understand that going into tonight's game, they were the highest scoring offense in the league?
31.54 points per game.
The highest scoring offense in the league, and everybody's critical of the offensive coordinator. The highest scoring. Scoring is what you're aiming for, just saying. Okay? That's kind of a big deal. And we didn't do any of it tonight. We didn't do any of that tonight. All right, but prior to tonight, we were the highest scoring. So no, I don't want to get a new offensive coordinator. We may end up with a new offensive coordinator because our offensive coordinator may be a head coach somewhere else because he's good. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah, and Brian Roy saying, how about 20-yard routes when the O-line is getting blown up? Well, you can't just only dump things off because that's what we did at the beginning of the game, and that was terrible.
Yeah, but on 4th and 1 and 2, you don't do it.
What's that?
On 4th and 1 or 2, you don't do it.
I agree. Not on 4th and 1 and 2. Absolutely. So I don't know. I mean, now look at this. This is this is the stuff that makes me laugh. This is the stuff that makes me laugh. Here's a guy flying the Buck flag in his what do you call it? Avatar, his profile pic. Right? Comes on and says the Bucs suck. First of all, he's flying a Bucs flag. He's on a Bucs show. So he's identifying as a Buccaneers fan. And he's saying the Bucs suck. No, Sean, you were a Patriots fan last year, right? Or a couple of years ago, right? I'm guessing. I mean, all of a sudden now you're going to be next week. We'll see you and it'll be a Packers thing. Is that what I can expect? I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's just stupid. Sean, that's stupid. Yeah, they suck. Yeah, they suck. That Super Bowl championship. Yeah, come on, dude. Anyway, look, I agree with what Matthew says here. There was one instance where we could have quarterback sneaked for the first down on 4th and 1. Yeah. There were a lot of instances of a lot of things today that we would have, should have, could have. There were a lot of first downs that could have been made if Gronk had held onto the ball. There are a lot of things that happened that didn't need to and shouldn't have happened. But they did. We had a bad game. And okay. Onward. Dave, what's going on in the NFC South?
The NFC South?
Yeah. Talk to me about the rest of the NFC South. And actually, talk to me about the NFC playoff picture. You missed it, Dave. You were gone. Let me show you this. Let me show you what you missed, Dave. Good times. The things that make me happiest, right? Sean Mike flying a Bucs flag in his profile picture. You seeing this?
Yes, I am.
Idiot. Go ahead, Dave. Tell us how bad the Bucs suck. Let's talk about the NFC.
Well, in playoff seeding, the Packers defeated the Ravens 31-30, where in their losing streak, the Ravens have now gone for 2 points to win the game and have yet to convert in those situations. And overall, they're 2-8 for the year on 2-point conversions. But that put the Packers as the number 1 seed. And now the Bucs, whether they won or lost to New Orleans, they're the number 2 seed at 10-4. Cowboys thrashed the Giants 21-6. Dallas is 10-4 now, but Bucs have the tiebreaker, and that win in week 1 is looking a lot more impressive as we go through the season, and it comes up very handy if we end up tied with the Cowboys.
Yeah, boy.
Detroit thrashed the Arizona Cardinals 30-12 in Detroit. Arizona drops to 10-4 in the 4th seed. Then you have Rams with the 5th seed, Niners with the 6th, and as we indicated earlier, the Washington football team at 7.
Bucs suck. Right. Doesn't seem like it. I mean, guys, look.
14 other teams wish they were the number 2 seed.
No one here is happy with what happened tonight. But do you realize you could lose 9-0 to the Saints and you're still the number 2 seed? You're doing okay. We had a bad day. Wesley Sullivan, thank you for bringing some intelligent conversation. The Buccaneers were not good tonight, but they're a great team, even at 80%. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Alec, don't worry, Rick. It will always be Go Bucs. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Christopher Cole. Sean Mike, why are you here? If 10-4 sucks, I'll take it. I'm with you, Christopher. I'm absolutely with you, Christopher. Brian Roy, I got a question. Where has O.J. Howard been? I think there, if I'm correct, I saw an O.J. Howard sighting. If I'm correct, there was a pass to him. Dave, I don't know if you're able to see if he was targeted tonight at all. But guys, it was a beatdown by a team that we do not match up well with. And I mean, at all.
O.J. Howard was targeted 1 time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He was targeted. I believe the pass was behind him, and it could have been pass interference, but they didn't call it. Anyway, Arian said in that press conference, it's very disappointing. Very disappointing. That was our Lovie Smith flashback to be shut out. He can't remember the last time one of his teams was shut out in a game as they were tonight. And he also said the young guys, I was hoping they'd step up a little more. They dropped too many passes. All of that. All of the press conference stuff that I brought to you is brought through Greg Allman of The Athletic. He brought us all of that information. So
you know the last time Tom Brady was shut out?
2006 against the Dolphins.
That is correct.
Yes, sir.
15 years ago. Let that sink in.
15 years since he's been shut out. That's not a happy man tonight. I would not want to be part of the offensive line on Monday. I wouldn't want to be in that locker room tonight with Tom Brady. Listen, leaders step up. The leadership on this team is going to step up. We lost twice to the Saints last year. We lost twice again this year. Onward and upward. All that really matters is what we do in the postseason. We got to get ourselves there first, though, guys. And I got a sneaking suspicion that'll happen next week against the Panthers. And I get a sneaky suspicion, unless the Bucs play nice at the end, that game could get ugly and could get ugly fast. And you know what the really fun thing is I'm gonna have to fight the traffic from that game, and I don't even get to go to the game. I live in Charlotte. The game is in Charlotte next week. I live in Charlotte. I have to drive through Panthers traffic on my way.
Is there really
home
that
from
much
work.
traffic after a Panther game?
Well,
Just a
so
thought.
probably there will probably be even more than normal because Tom Brady is coming to town.
It's the visitors. The visitors
You're going to
bring
want
the
to
fans in.
listen. you might want to just say, hey, I got to see Tom Brady at some point in my life. So, you know. So next week, the Bucs should win the division. Next week will be the hat and t-shirt game. Next week, blah, blah, blah. All right. It goes on. Look, the Saints have our number every year. Thank you, Matthew Clark. This is just the truth. The Saints have our number every year, and I'll never jump ship for my Bucs. You know what's hilarious, guys? You guys, I'm getting more positive comments from you guys tonight than I did when we beat the Bills.
All was lost when we beat the Bills in overtime.
Yeah, we beat the Bills in overtime, and the chat was like was sad and down and everything. I think what it is Bucs fans, we've got so many decades of losing that we're more comfortable here. We're more comfortable saying, but I'll stick with them anyway.
We have more experience with the losing.
Yeah, we know how to do this. We're good at this.
But when we hit 12, man, we're in the 40% category then.
Yeah.
We've hit we're back. We're hitting 40%.
12 games, huh?
12 and 5. Well, the 12th game, when we win our 12th game, we'll be up over 40%.
Could be the Jets. I do think one out of the final 3 games is going to be tougher than we think, guys. I think 2 of them will be easier. I think one of them is going to be tougher than we think because that's just how football goes. So we'll see. We're probably going to win out. Probably. That doesn't mean we're going to. If we don't, I know I'm going to hear about it, but that's okay.
January 2nd in New York may not be pleasant weather-wise.
Brian Roy says, yes, not used to winning double-digit season games. That's right. I think it's tough for us. We have to adjust. Christopher Cole, every team has a bad game or 2 in a season. That is right. And it just happens. Ours are always against the Saints. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Look, Wesley, thank you. The last game against the Bills was an awesome game. Yeah, guys. I mean, we're going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. We're all going to brush it all off. We're going to be Bucs fans tomorrow. There's another game coming in a week. We're going to be fine. We're going to win the division.
Hey, we're better off than last year because if you go down memory lane, the Bucs were 8-5 and we're down 17-0 in Atlanta, and it didn't look like we were wondering, are we even going to make the playoffs?
Yep. Yeah, and now we're sitting here looking at it,
18
going,
and
one
4.
more game, guys. Just win 1 out of the final 3. But I want the number 2 seed. Let's all be realistic about the number 1 seed. Guys, probably not going to happen. So let's start eyeing that number 2 seed and hanging on to that. We got to win out the rest of the way. You never know if the Packers drop one in postseason before they get to us. This postseason is not a gimme. I honestly think this postseason is harder than last postseason. So not just because there are screaming fans at away games, but I think it's a tougher. I think the opponents. I think last year when we played, let's be honest, the number 7 seed didn't look that good. This year, there are no easy wins.
Well, last year I have to point out there was not a 7 seed.
Yeah, didn't Washington?
They won their division. That's why they hosted.
We were what seed? 6th?
I'd have to go back and check.
I don't know where we were. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The point of the matter is, thank you for correcting me. To me, I guess my point is, whoever was last the teams that sucked last year were pretty good. Actually, I think the Bucs were the Bucs were 5, Washington was 4. That's what it was. Bucs were 5, Washington was 4. And guys, Matthew Clark says 5th. I think we were 5th, weren't we? Yeah, we were.
It was 4th and 5th, and then 3 played 6, and you have 1 and 2 were still the bye. They got a bye in the first round.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry. And but guys, the thing is, obviously the teams on the bottom were much. Who was 6th and 7th last year? Does anybody remember who were the 6 and 7 seeds last year. I don't. Oh, hold on, we got another call coming in. Hey, caller, what's your name? Hello. Going once.
Hello.
There we go. Who am I speaking with?
Sir. This is Chris Eliopoulos from Gary, Indiana.
Hey, Chris Eliopoulos.
How's things in Gary?
The game plan.
Yes, sir.
I don't understand.
I don't either.
No creativity,
Yeah.
no trying anything new. And then when they did try throwing it, lateraling it to Ronald Jones on the side, it's too little, too late.
Yeah.
The best thing that I have seen in terms of creativity was the Giants game. We came out there, reverses, double reverses, screens, everything.
Yeah.
And I do not understand what the issue is. And by the way, you guys are absolutely tremendous. So I want to thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Oh,
Thank you very much. But let me say something. I agree with you, but I think our play calling is not that bad in other games. I think for whatever reason, I do not understand why we play the Saints the way we play the Saints. I feel like, and guys, I'm going to say it, and y'all know I love Tom Brady. Love Tom Brady. But Tom Brady plays scared against the Saints, it feels like.
I hear you. I followed Brady for 20 years, and now he finally has weapons, but I don't get it. Of course, I don't know.
And I think our game plan is why we got hurt. Because I mean, this little let's just run everybody right over the middle where they're going to get crushed. That was our game plan. What
was that with Keyshawn Vaughn on a 3rd or 4th and 1, and we're running him up the middle, a real power guy?
Yeah.
Do we even have to talk about Keyshawn Vaughn anymore?
Yeah, Keyshawn Vaughn. I think the book is now written and closed on Keyshawn Vaughn. I think we know what we have with Keyshawn Vaughn, and I think we know that's not the answer.
Yeah,
so,
and I want to throw this out to you because I love your analysis. Why we let Minkins go, and what in the world is this Darden guy doing? I don't understand him.
Well, he's speed, and I think that's what we were hoping for. But the one time he had some open field, it looked like he outran himself, like he was leaning too far forward and fell.
Yes,
so,
like a baby giraffe.
Yeah,
he got so excited, and I think either some caller or somebody commented, he gets knocked down by the blades of grass.
Yeah,
wide open.
Jump up and get him.
Yeah.
You guys, you want to know something? I'm 67 years old. Like I said, a huge Tom Brady fan. I jumped ship from the Patriots to Brady.
Welcome
to the Buccaneers.
You're welcome. You are welcome here. No matter what all those people say, giving you a hard time about jumping and coming over, you're welcome to be here.
I love you guys, and this is the first talk show I've ever called in. And
we're honored.
Your analysis is just tremendous, and I want to thank you guys.
Awesome. Well, you are welcome to be here anytime. I appreciate you calling in. Please make it a regular thing.
Thank you, brother. God bless, and we'll talk to you the Super Bowl.
Sounds great.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey,
Awesome.
Brady has 2 pieces of kryptonite. It comes into his life. Eli Manning and Sean Payton.
Yeah. Sean Payton wasn't even there tonight.
Close enough.
Yeah.
You could feel him.
Yeah. All I can say is he loves your analysis. I've never met anybody who loved your analysis, but listen, guys, we're all fine. It's all good. And I appreciate the fact that everybody seems to be doing well tonight. I'm a little shocked. I was prepared for you guys to all be ready to jump off the Skyway Bridge, and everybody seems to be doing okay. And I'm proud of y'all. I'm sure when I get to my Facebook feed, it'll be an entirely different story. But those of you who are here, I guess the intelligent folks are gathering here.
Are I have a confession.
Oh no, what?
I was wrong. There was the 6th seed last year was the Rams, who played at Seattle and upset them. The 7th seed was Chicago, who played at New Orleans, and New Orleans took care of business. And then
I
it was
thought
4
there
and
was
5.
they added the 7th seed partway through the season, and that's what I was
Okay.
remembering.
Because I know this was the first year that they had it at
planned.
the start of the season.
Right, it was planned.
My mistake.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So, thank you for uncorrecting me.
Okay. My
It's
head's
all
spinning.
good.
It's getting late.
Yeah, well, it's all good. I mean, guys, I think we all had to watch the debacle, and we're all okay. We've lived. If you've been a Bucs fan for any length of time, we've seen worse. We saw worse last year, guys. Remember the Chicago game last year? Remember Brady on 4th down? He was like, what about 4th down? Remember, guys, we're going to be fine. We got our butt kicked. I'm good. I'm ready to move on. It is what it is. We just, we move on. I would put Buck Squad podcast. I would put his comments up here, but I'll put this one up because I think this pretty much sums it up. The little poop emoji, I think that pretty much sums it up. That's what tonight was. We got to figure out something regarding running back. If Fournette is out,
because we don't have any other running backs.
No, well, Giovanni Bernard is hurt. So I mean that means we will have lost 2 running backs. There's gotta be somebody better out there than what Keyshawn Vaughn is showing. I mean, Adrian Peterson's out there. I believe he's out there. Hold on, we got another.
So is Le'Veon Bell.
Hello, how you doing?
Well, not as well as I would have hoped to, but I just had an observation. When these teams are preparing, during the week,
yep,
and everybody understands the situation. You're playing for the division and to keep on pace with the number 1 seed, and throughout the game, different things happen, injuries, things of that nature. But I just didn't get a feel for the philosophy once things started coming apart a little bit. I didn't see the adjustments, like the 2 bombs on short and
3rd and 1 or whatever.
2,
yeah, 4th
and short and 3. I didn't understand what was the philosophy behind that.
Yeah,
I mean, these are pros.
Yeah, I think we all feel the same you do. I think we all looked at it. Look, Brady had a bad night. A lot of the players had a bad night, and guess what? The coaches had a bad night.
Hey, when your offensive line has a bad night, it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
What are you going to call if you're an offensive
no question
coordinator?
That the physicality that the Saints brought on the defensive line of scrimmage just threw the whole game to pot. I mean, toward the latter part of the 3rd and 4th quarter, the offensive line just seemed excavated. Like what the hell is going on? Can somebody get us some help or something?
Yeah, I don't understand why we didn't just try to commit to the run. I mean, it felt like we just were not going to commit to the run. We did that last year during the playoffs. If you remember when the Buccaneers beat the Saints, Fournette had a huge game, and it just felt like we just weren't going to commit to the run today. And when we did run, felt like we did okay, especially running outside. Felt like we did okay, and we just decided not to do it today. And I don't get it.
I think the offensive philosophy is to throw first and run second. But I agree with you. I think that, and maybe that's what they're going to do once the play. The play action is their strength. And when they're running the ball, that's when their offensive scheme is unstoppable.
Yeah.
When they're running the ball.
Correct. Then you got the play action pass. Why no screen passes tonight? I thought that was peculiar. Why no screens?
I think, and hear me out, guys, and maybe I'm off my rocker here, but I really think as we get closer to the playoffs, nobody wants to really put their play calling for observation. It's almost like they want to win a certain kind of way, and they're going to stick to it. They'll do a couple things outside of it, but they want to keep what their offensive scheme is going to be in the playoffs different. I maybe I'm off my rocker there, but I just saw something different today that, there was no adjustments. There were no screens. And then the drop passes just really broke the continuity of the offense today.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know what happened with Gronk. He was dropping the ball, and it was just I think sometimes you just have days like this. I don't know.
I mean, how many times have you ever in his entire career said, "Where was Gronk? What's wrong with him?" I mean,
yeah, he kept dropping passes all night.
He looked surprised on one of the balls that was thrown to him. I'm like,
he looked bewildered, like the ball hit him in the hands, and it was such a perfect pass. He wasn't even reaching up to catch it, and he accidentally almost caught it. It's like it was such a perfect pass, and then he just looked surprised.
But another thing, that Darden guy, it just seems like when he's catching that ball, on the punt and kickoff returns, it's like he's running to get out of the way or not to make a mistake, as opposed to what we thought was this uncanny playmaking ability. I mean, I'm not seeing anything.
He stutter steps. It's like run forward. What are you doing? I said that several times to myself.
There's no commitment forward. There's a lot of,
juke him. It's like,
go juke and do forward. All that, but there's no commitment forward. And I agree. But I will tell you, last year I made the same comment about Mickens, where I was saying I always felt like he was on the verge of a disaster. Last year I felt like Mickens was right on the edge of he was about to drop the ball, fumble, miss the catch, do something. He was always right at the edge of completely screwing up. I don't know. I mean, maybe we do. If we're going to change a coordinator, maybe it needs to be the special teams coordinator, because I agree with you on our punt returns were terrible. I don't get it. Tim Witherspoon said it. Tim Witherspoon, one of the people in chat, just said Darden runs with no confidence. And I think that's
exactly my point. But the other thing is, remember when we got all excited about Gronk and Braid and OJ, I have not seen that impossible, you cannot cover us piece that they do with all of these athletic tight ends. What happened to OJ?
Yeah, he only
got targeted once.
Yeah, we targeted him once, but the thing is, we had open tight ends. Brady hit Gronk in the hands multiple times, and Gronk just didn't catch it. Now that's just like I said, sometimes you just have a day, and it just seems like that's what happened. It just seems like everybody on the team, from the offensive line to the quarterback to the coaches to just everybody. Look, the greatest football player of all time, Tom Brady, had a bad day. The greatest tight end in history had a bad day. It happens.
Well, I tell you what, the Saints really make us have bad days.
Not in the playoffs, they didn't. And that's when we played a different game plan. And that's when I'm agreeing. That's where I will agree with you. I don't understand our game plan against the Saints. 4 straight games in the regular season. I don't understand what they're doing. And Tom Brady, please stop running the freaking ball.
Yeah. Yeah, just throw it out of bounds. Throw it out of bounds.
Yeah. I mean, just
if he goes down, we do have a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the end of the season if Brady goes down. So
no question about it.
Yeah, he's just got to stop doing that. So look, we got swept by the Saints this year. We got swept by the Saints last year too. That turned out okay.
We won one out of the last 3.
They lost today. I'm pretty sure that they're more upset than we are.
Yep.
And certainly I think that they'll have an opportunity to get a little healthier. Hey, all this talk about, get rid of AB when Perriman had that great play against the Colts. I mean, AB is a difference maker. From what I'm getting, that Edwards guy is a difference maker. And, we haven't really been – the defense played a good game today. They had a couple middle lapses with those long passes where they were kind of never land. But the defense arguably could have played, maybe – it's hard to say their best game with the caliber of quarterback, but they were tenacious, they were physical, they were dominating, and that's a good sign.
Todd Bowles has to be saying, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, he had to.
You got to get discouraged at some point when your offense, who's put up 31 plus points per game, can't score.
Yeah. By the way, before we go anywhere, Brian Pearson, hang in there, buddy. Don't you go anywhere. I'm coming for you. But I agree. I agree completely. It is what it is.
Well, guys, I'm a 20-year Brady. I've been following Brady since Michigan. I've been following him in New England. I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
I'm probably the biggest Tom Brady fan in the state of Illinois. I've been following Tom for many years. So as you probably can imagine, I'm used to winning Super Bowls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
well, I'm a Bucs fan. I'm not a
Brady
Brady fan. I'm a Bucs fan. Brady's on the Bucs, and I'm very happy Brady's on the Bucs, and I'm getting used to it. So
I know you guys are. Well, thank you guys so much.
Take care, my friend.
Bye.
Thanks for calling.
Good call. Now, all right. Brian Pearson is back. Brian, I've been waiting for you all year, my friend. I've asked about you. I've talked on the shows about you, just saying, where the heck is Brian Pearson? Brian Pearson, for those who don't know, Brian's been around. He came around last year a couple of times. Brian is an absolute Saints fan. And Brian gave us all kinds of crap last year, telling us how the Bucs had no chance and everything. Ironically, he disappeared come playoff time, but so did the Saints. But anyway, the Brian, you're back. All you have to do is win out. Best of luck to you on that. And I'll tell you, Brian, I hope I see you in the playoffs, because that would be awesome. But Brian Pearson is back. Brian, you make my day. And once again, Brian, if you got the balls to come on this show, I'll send you the link. It's up to you. If you got the balls to come on the show, come on, baby. Bring it on. But you got us tonight. It's all good. And congratulations. You won. You must be proud. It's got to be very exciting to win one out of your last 5 or 6. I think it is something like that. So good for you. When you say all you have to do is win out, Brian, that is all you have to do. The problem is the winning part of that you guys don't do so well at normally. You did today. You scored a whole whopping 9 points and 250 yards. And you
made it work. Congratulations.
We did worse. So, unfortunately, you're not going to run into teams who are going to play this badly like we did today for the rest of the year. So it is what it is. Your quarterback is still a tight end. Your team sorry, Brian, your team sucks. So anyway, for you, and I'm glad I know you're a Saints fan. I believe you're in New Jersey, but I believe you're from New Orleans. So I say you can sleep well tonight, brush your tooth, and just get ready to have a nice night of you can dream of Drew Brees dancing in your head. He's gone. You can
your one Super Bowl win. You could dream of that.
Yes. Do what you got to do, my friend. But the bottom line is, Brian, while you beat us tonight and you beat us earlier this year, you never seem to beat us when it matters. Just saying. And you always disappear at that point too. That's the funny part. But welcome back, Brian. I'm glad you're here. I am glad you're here, Brian. That's a fact. I'm glad you're here. Glad you came back, and I hope you'll have the guts to hang around. But yeah, Brian. Let's see. Your defense stepped up tonight. Yes, Brian, your defense absolutely stepped up tonight. There's no doubt about that. They always do against the Bucs. You beat us, and you beat us soundly. We couldn't score. As Tom Brady said, Brian, if you don't score, you can't win. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And props for showing up, though. Props for showing up again. I am glad you came back, Brian. I actually was looking for you and trying to find some folks who could find you. And because we wanted to get in touch with you. Where is Harry the Greek? Harry's not here. Sorry, Brian. You're stuck with me, my friend. And if you remember last year, we had a whole heck of a lot of fun talking. So, yeah. Anyway, and for to Tony, the refs beat us. No, Tony, the refs didn't beat us. We beat us. All right. We beat us. Brian, come on. You got the number on the screen. Give me a call as Ted encourages you. Call in, Brian. Come on. We're waiting for you. We're waiting for you to call. I'd be happy to take your call. So anyway, you got your little you got your buddy here, Sean Mike, who's obviously not really a not really a Bucs fan, but he's playing one on the internet tonight. What are you gonna do? Anyway, it's been it is what it is. It is what it is. The Bucs are still in the driver's seat. They still have the number 2 seed. They've got the easiest schedule left for the rest of the year of any team in the NFL. 3 games left, 2 against the Panthers and 1 against the Jets.
Should win Jets. Joke, Jets. Nice ring to it.
Yes, I like it. So it is what it is.
Well, the Packers' remaining schedule: Christmas they host the Browns. January 2nd, they host the Vikings, and then they travel. Don't laugh, because look what the Lions did today.
That's right.
They traveled to Detroit, and since they hold the tiebreaker over the Bucs with the conference schedule, the Bucs have to play a game ahead of them. So if the Packers win one and we win out, then we get the number 1 seed.
Alec, we are not a 3 seed because we beat Dallas head to head. We have the same record as Dallas, but we beat them head to head. I believe we are the number 2 seed.
Correct.
So I don't know. Brian, you don't have a number on the screen? Brian, call 770-633-0001. It's scrolling at the bottom. I know you're from New Orleans. You might not be able to read, so I'll say it to you. 770-633-0001. If you're not sure what those numbers look like, I can guide you through it. I can talk you through on the phone how to do it. If you want to call in, you're welcome to. Put a link in the description. Okay, Brian, you know what? I'll do this just for you. Hold on. You want to come on here? Here we go. I'm going to send a link here so you can come on screen and talk to us. Please keep your clothes on. Last time you were a little scary wearing the little t-shirt and laying down. It was got a little Jabba the Hutt scary. So just don't do that again. But all right, Brian, for coming on, even though I'm absolutely brutal to you. Thank you. Let's see. What does Marty says? These injuries that occurred tonight just got me a little bit worried. Godwin's, Evans, and Fournette. Yeah, it's not good for any of them, but they all looked like they were going to be okay. So, okay, here we go, guys. This is one of my favorite moments. I missed this all year. I loved it when it happened last year. Oh man, I'm happy. Let's bring him on the screen. Brian's back. How you doing, buddy? Oh, I can't hear you. There we go.
Yeah,
now I hear you.
We heard something.
I said, what I said wasn't that a good whooping?
That was a pretty good whooping.
That was a whooping.
That was quite a whooping. No argument from us. You whooped us. You whooped us. I mean, you got to be proud. Did you watch the playoffs last year, though?
Oh, I saw the playoffs.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Gonna watch them this year when Green Bay wins it all.
You're a Saints fan, and you're not even claiming that you're.
No, I'm not. We're not going to be. We're not going to make Super Bowl.
Well, last year you were telling us we weren't going to make the Super Bowl.
Hey, Packers had their shot at home last year against the Bucs. It didn't work out so well.
Yeah, but Packers finally won the division today. They're the first team to win the division.
They were last year.
Look at their division.
They won their division, and they were the first team to win their division.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers owns those Bears.
I'm just bringing those facts. me and my facts. I apologize. Brian, where have you been, buddy? I missed you all year.
Been around.
Well,
I couldn't find you nowhere.
I've missed you here. I can tell you for a fact. I have brought you up on multiple shows and said, "Where the heck is Brian?" I even told all the people in chat
when he had his kitty cat on there.
Well, yeah, that was a fun show. I even told, I even told some of the guys watching the show to go out and see if they could find you because I missed having you on here, buddy. Brian's like, yeah, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm just gonna sit here, look at myself. But oh, Brian, congrats, buddy! You kicked our butt tonight.
Let me ask you, gonna win next week?
Yeah, we're playing the Panthers.
I imagine so.
Yeah, tonight's game bothered me. You guys match up well with us. You guys, you're like our kryptonite.
Cam Newton doesn't scare me, if that's what you mean.
I'm asking.
Yeah, no, we're not worried.
No.
We're not worried. Bucs will win it next week. That'll be fine. Right here in Charlotte, right where I live, the Bucs will win it.
You gonna go to the game?
I can't because I have to be at work.
What's wrong with you?
I know it sucks. Trust me, it sucks. It's retail. I work in a retail environment, and it's Christmas.
Almost Christmas.
Time, so, yeah, you can just you can do the math on that. So, yeah, I'm not able to get the time off, but I will be watching. Absolutely, I'll be sitting there. One thing is, it's not like a retail. It's not like a mall. I don't work in the mall kind of thing. I work in a furniture store, so I can tell you, I'll be comfortable on a couch watching most of the game. But anyway,
the guy over here, you think this is it for Tom Brady after this year?
No, he extended. He'll be one more year, then I'll be it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened to all you players that got hurt? 3 guys went off the field. 1 guy went off in the cart.
Yeah, we got our butt kicked. Y'all, I'm not going to deny it. You kicked our butt, buddy.
I thought about kicking butt. What happened to your team? I'm talking about they got hurt.
Yeah, I know. A bunch of them got hurt. But they didn't look like they're like.
1 guy got suspended.
Yeah, they all looked. It's mostly like hamstrings and things like that. But I think, honestly, if this was playoffs, they would have stayed in the game. I think they were pulling him out.
Not getting his vaccine.
Yeah, about AB and the vaccine card. Yeah, well, he'll be back next week. So, yeah, if you're listen, for any Saints fan who's worried about any Buccaneers and the vaccine, you better be worried about your coach.
Somebody asked, who are the Saints projected to play in the playoffs? If the season ended today and we're not even done with the week and there's games on Tuesday, however, they would be the 7th seed and play Dallas, the 2 seed.
Yes.
Dallas is the 2 seed?
Dallas is the 2 seed.
How is Dallas the 2 seed when we beat them?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This can't be right.
We played Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're ahead of the Redskins now because they haven't played yet. But if they win, I'm not sure of the tiebreaker there.
What happens is if the Redskins and Eagles lose 2 out of the last 4, and the Saints win out, they make it.
Okay. Well, I mean, I hope you make it.
if the Bucs lose the next three games and the Saints win out, they get the division.
The Saints aren't going to win the division.
What
Come
division?
on, man. Come on.
I'm just saying that's the scenario. That's the scenario.
There is no. The scenario is that the Bucs have to lose the Panthers and the Jets, and you have to win out. No,
it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Listen, right now, and I don't understand this, but I guess ESPN and NFL.com.
Oh. Here I have the answer. It says Dallas is 2 because it's a tie break. It includes Arizona now. It's because you have Arizona, Tampa, and Dallas at 10-4. If it's just Dallas and Tampa at 10-4, then the Bucs have the tiebreaker. But since you put Arizona in the mix, the Dallas wins the tiebreaker over Arizona and Tampa based on best win percentage and conference gains because it's now 3 teams instead of 2.
Okay, so wow. So the Cardinals losing to Detroit screwed the Bucs. It just seems weird that the Cowboys could be in front of the Buccaneers when we beat them. So I don't know. What are you going to do?
Well,
so
if those 3 teams don't end tied, then the Bucs do have the tiebreaker because of the head-to-head win. But once you include a third team, then it becomes conference record.
Okay, so basically the way that it works, the Cowboys right now would play the Saints. The 49ers would play the Bucs. The Cardinals would play the Rams. That's how it would be.
Correct. And Green Bay gets the bye.
Yeah, that's how it would be right now. So the Cardinals and the Rams would play. The Niners and the Bucs would play. And the Cowboys and the Saints would play.
Who are you picking?
What's that?
But if Washington wins on Tuesday, then they move up to the 7th seed and knock the Saints down.
I couldn't hear you, Brian. You cut out.
Who are you picking in the AFC?
Oh, and that's a crapshoot, man. That's just I'm not picking anybody in the AFC because I mean, I guess Kansas City. I guess Kansas City.
Because of their defense, I never thought I'd say that.
Yeah.
Kind of by attrition.
You're cutting out, Brian. You're cutting out, my friend.
I said, what about New England?
Yeah, that could be. Before the year started, I picked the Bucs against New England in the Super Bowl, so I probably should stick with that.
I mean, their defense is good, but they don't have enough offense, and they got a rookie quarterback. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
What about the Colts?
Yeah, well, we beat the Colts. So we beat them soundly and handily, so I sure hope we play the Colts.
If they can run against let's say that those 2 teams play in the AFC Championship, it'll be in Kansas City, more than likely. They can pound the ball, and they have what it takes to beat the Chiefs. I wouldn't be shocked, but I still think the Chiefs are their favorite, but the Colts could be nipping at the heels.
Yeah. Boy, if that happened. Yeah. But I just think the AFC, I just feel like any team could win that thing. Could be any team. But Brian, thanks for calling and giving it. Thank you for calling. I appreciate the fact that you showed up, and I wish you would have been around more this year. You're welcome to be here. I look forward, and I really seriously look forward to having you come on here. And you absolutely, we deserve any bit of crap you give us tonight. You beat the crap out of us. All right. Well, Brian, that's an exit. That was an exit. Brian Pearson. Brian's back. For those of you who are longtime fans of my show, you will know Brian and the relentless beating he took on my show. I mean, he took a relentless beating and showed up. And I really like the guy, and I give him so much crap. I mean, I really do. But I want to thank him and his teeth, both of them, for coming on and, being a part of.
It's Christmas time. Come on.
Yeah. I'm glad he was here. And, he's from New Orleans, man. He's from New Orleans. You gotta understand. The devil made him do it. But anyway, if you ever saw Waterboy Dave, sorry.
It was actually filmed in Orlando at the I guess it was the Citrus Bowl at the time.
Yeah. Brian says he couldn't find the show because I had a kitty cat producer that was pretty cool. That's why he liked the show. Yeah, Brian, right over here next to me. The producer is right down there next to me, making sure that I don't do anything stupid.
That's a job.
Yeah, that's quite a job. But yeah, he's over there. He's got his eye on me, making sure I'm behaving. And anyway, it is what it is. So anyway, look, guys, we're probably gonna call this a night, but I want to tell y'all, it's all good, man. We lost. We got our butt kicked tonight. We did. We got embarrassed. We looked terrible, and I think we'll feed off it. We'll become better because of it. And when in the long run, guys, this game's not going to matter. When we lost the second game to the Saints in regular season last year, do you care now? Nah. You care about that playoff game, don't you? So, guys, we're going to move forward. We really are. We're going to move forward. Everything's going to be good. I'm fine. You're fine. Dave, tell everybody, give everybody some last words here. Tell them how to, what they need to be thinking about right now.
Well, I'll bring it up again. Last year, the Bucs were 8-5 and down 17-0 at the half in Atlanta. It didn't look like we were about to make a playoff run, much less a Super Bowl run, and we did. Everything that could have gone wrong tonight did. It happens to every team, at least one, maybe even two games where you just shake your head. How could that have possibly happened? I'm sure the Cardinals are doing it now. We lost to Detroit today. How could that have possibly happened? And they got hammered. It's the National Football League. Any given Sunday is not just a cliche. It can happen. It happened to the Bucs tonight. Hopefully the injuries will not be serious to Fournette, to Godwin, and to Evans. If they can come back, the defense is already sharp. The defense is ready to play in the playoffs and to make their run, get the offense healthy, which is a total flip from what we've been saying most of the year, and then let her rip in the playoffs. So we've got 3 games. We got to win one to win the division. It's going to happen. This is just delaying the inevitable, and things move on. So tomorrow is a new day. Go Bucs.
Awesome. That is good words. And somebody here said you cannot lose to bad teams, right? And I think somebody just said that you can't lose to bad teams. Let me take a look here. The Packers lost to the Vikings. All right. The Packers lost to, hold on, I'll have it in a moment. The Saints 38-3. Packers lost to the Saints 38-3. Packers lost to the Vikings. So, guys,
the Titans lost to the Jets and the Texans.
Yeah, guys, it happens. Okay, it happens. All right, you're right, Minnesota. You're right, Drew. Minnesota is not a bad team, but my point being, to the person who just said, who was it that says you can't lose to, you can't lose to, where is this? You can't lose to bad teams. Yeah, you can. You can. Guess what? Last year, the Bucs lost to the Bears. They won the Super Bowl. So don't make a blanket statement like you can't lose to a bad team. Yeah, you can. But it's better if you don't. All right? It's better if you don't. Everybody, just brush it off. Brush it off. Still, Dave and I will stand here and look you dead square in the eye and tell you right now is a great time to be a Buccaneers fan. The golden era.
18-4.
What's that?
The last 22 games, 18-4, including a second Lombardi trophy.
That's right. Right now is the best time ever to be a Buccaneers fan. It's all good, guys. We got our butt kicked. But you know what?
We did.
You know what, guys? Go Bucs. Go Bucs.